Good news coming in from Manchester United is that Martial is back in the first team and obviously the first team training. The club website has gone ahead to really let us know about this, and they've gone ahead to really put out a very huge statement on his return. Welcome to United Matters channel. How are you guys, and where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rock and David. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to go into the lower right bottom corner, smash the subscription button. After smashing it, hit the notification bell to enable you get notified each and every time I upload a video onto this channel. Remember yesterday we won the game of football against West Ham by 1-0, and there is a start that most people are not even talking about. That after a loss of 2 games at the beginning of the season between West Ham, all against West Ham and Brentford, United has gone ahead to play more 10 games. In the more 10 games we've played, we've lost 1, drawn 2, and won 7. That is the start that most people don't come here to talk about. And obviously, in the recent 5, I believe we've not lost any. We last lost against Man City, we won against Everton, we drew against Newcastle, we won against Spurs, we drew against Chelsea, and we won against West Ham at Old Trafford. Our next 2 games, it's Aston Villa away, Fulham away, Real Sociedad away, and Aston Villa obviously at Old Trafford in the Carabao Cup. So I believe this is why this story is really going to be so much important, because I believe what we've not done, especially in winning the games of football, is because Martial has been away. But if at all he returns and plays these remaining 4 games before the World Cup, I believe he's really going to be one of the people to contribute to our winning, because he is a different kind of player that we are lacking in our attack every time we are playing. So let's get into what the website really put up. This is the Manchester United website, and this is what they had to say. Anton Martial was looking pleased to be back with the team as Manchester United trained on Monday. The centre forward, who has 3 goals to his name this time, was injured in the win at Everton earlier this month and has been sidelined ever since. However, he has been working on his return, and our photographers captured him out on the Carrington pitch with his teammates as the side started preparations for Thursday game against Real Sociedad, meaning that the recovery training really came in early enough. I thought that maybe Erik ten Hag would have gone ahead to tell these players that please rest on Monday and we are going to resume training on Tuesday. But it shows you how important this game is, that they've not even went into a day off. Ten Hag has told him to come back and really train immediately. The club website continues and tells us that Anton Martial will hope to feature again soon, and manager Erik ten Hag is likely to provide an update in Wednesday's press conference in advance of the UEFA Europa League tie, which kicks off at 17:45 GMT, meaning that it's going to be an early starter of Manchester United versus Real Sociedad down in Spain. The Frenchman has featured 4 times this term and made at least 1 goal contribution in each of those appearances, with assists versus Liverpool and Everton. You know that very well. The Reds have 4 games left before the break for the Winter World Cup in Qatar, and the manager recently stressed he hoped Martial would play before the pause for the tournament. Following the San Sebastian clash, which United need to win by at least 2 clear goals to top Group E, we have a home Carabao Cup tie with Aston Villa sandwiched between Premier League away days against the Midlanders and Fulham. So that is what the club has gone ahead to really let us know about Anton Martial as he's back into the training session. And that is the photo of Anton Martial, and how was pictured in training by the photographers of the Manchester United media team. Guys, how many likes are you going to give this video for the return of Anton Martial? Because it was highly waited for, and obviously the lad is back, and obviously happy to see him back, because every time he's back, you really expect us to really score more goals. And people don't even go on and really believe it, especially Team Ronaldo don't believe it, that right now, Anton Martial, if kept fully fit, is a more important player to Manchester United than Ronaldo. Because stats have gone ahead to show this. How many goals does Ronaldo have this season? Ronaldo has 3 goals. Not so. He scored 1 against Everton. he scored against Shelf away and scored against Shelf at Old Trafford. 3 goals, not so. And Martial, who has played just 4 games of Manchester United, and he has not even played P190 minutes for United ever since the season started competitively, he has 3 goals. What that does show you that, meaning that Martial is so much productive to Manchester United than Ronaldo, because Ronaldo has played almost every game of United and he has only 3 goals. I'm happy for him to return, but my prayers are he keeps fit. What does that mean? What does his return mean to we who support Manchester United? 1, increment in depth. The increment in depth at the forward line. For the times I've seen Martial and Rashford play play together, leading the line for Manchester United, or whether Rashford playing as a left attacking midfielder and Rashford and Martial leading the line, I think they complement themselves very, very well, and they know themselves very, very well. Rashford celebrating his 25th birthday today, Martial going ahead to have 27 years of age. I believe they've been together for 6 years, and they've been playing together for 6 years. So I believe it's really a very good compliment. That's why Erik ten Hag really wants this to happen. And he's one of the managers, or one of the people that doesn't want to see United really having an injured Martial, because he offers something different to all the centre forwards we're having at Manchester United. He said this in the presser towards the game of Sheffield. He said, in his own words, if at all I'm quoting him, he said Martial is a different kind of centre forward altogether. His press, no one presses like him up front in the entire team of United. His link-up play is really great. He plays well with his back to goal. He's clinical. He's not selfish. You get? So if he gets the ball in the box of the opponent, if he doesn't find it okay to really find that ball on target, he'll use his set of skills that he has to go on and really create an assist or really include others, because his style of play really is inclusive. And I believe that's what Ronaldo is really lacking, because I saw in that game of West Ham, you dip Martial into that team, you get his hold-up play, because he can even get that ball and take it to the back 4, and he can really sit them down all together. So him coming back and returning is really a very good factor. And obviously it gives Ten Hag a very good reason to bench Ronaldo. Reason being, every time Martial has been played in a game of United under Erik ten Hag, he has not disappointed. How has he not disappointed? In the game of Liverpool, the game was 1-0. He came on through, released Marcus Rashford. And obviously, the game was 2-0. And he was responsible for that win, because if at all he had not scored that second goal, Liverpool equalized later. And obviously, the game would have ended 1-1. But because of his assist to Rashford, we won that game by 2-1. He returned in the game of Man City. He played, however much, we were like, how many goals down? 5. He scored a brace. He came on and really played away at Omonia. He scored the second goal that gave us a lead. You get? He came off the bench. Those are 3 games. The 4th game was against Everton. He created an assist for Anthony. What does that show you? He's a player that helps us when we are really going into the offensive area. So in the offensive part, he's really better, and you can trust him with your hold-up play. Like the game of West Ham today, I want to rely a lot on it. That you see every time Martial is playing centrally in the game of West Ham, it's very easy to give him the ball, knowing that he's really going to go on and really calm that game down. Yesterday, we lacked a person who could calm that game down. And how do you calm that game down? By having a reference at the pinnacle of the attack. And obviously, the tip of the attack will be having Anthony Martial, because you can't tell me that Ronaldo is really one of those players that is good at doing the hold-up play. No, he's not. He's really a very good player. He's really one of the GOATs. But obviously, when Martial is back, that is really something great for Manchester United. The second reason, what it means Martial to come back into the first team training. Where is it leaving Ronaldo? Ronaldo, after returning from what we call the suspension, Ten Hag gave him the game of Sheffield, he played 90 minutes, and in the game of West Ham, he played 90 minutes. So the big question is, did Ten Hag give Ronaldo 90 minutes in the game of West Ham because he knew that Martial was going to be back and fully fit? Because Martial has been training alone, not in group training, and he returned way back, like 2-3 weeks back, and returned, I think, 2.5 weeks back. But the club just wanted to keep him out to be physically fit because they know that this is where you need Martial a lot. In the game of Aston Villa, in the game of Fulham, you need Martial to come on and do the needful. And I don't know how Ten Hag is going to go ahead and really control this situation. Is he going to go on and play with a 4-1-3-2 by having Casemiro playing a single pivot and obviously having Martial and Ronaldo lead the line? Or Martial and Rashford lead the line with Bruno playing off the left and Anthony playing off the right? So a lot has to be answered into the return of Martial, but I believe we need this guy. And all of the games, like the game of Newcastle, us not really winning, it's because we never had him. In the game of Spurs, us not really finishing those chances, it's because we never had him. The game of Chelsea, us not killing off those chances because we never had him. So when he returns, that means that in games like game of Newcastle, game of Chelsea, where you dominate a lot in the first half and create lots of chances, obviously, you'll be sure that you have someone who is clinical. Look at those chances that Rashford has been missing. Martial can't miss them because he very much knows how to dink that ball over the goalkeeper. If at all you saw how, which player, there is a goal that was scored in the weekend that it was a chip over the goalkeeper and it went into the back of the net. I don't remember which player scored that goal. I don't remember which team it belongs to, but obviously in the games against Newcastle, game against Spurs, game against Chelsea, we would have scored more if at all we had Martial in the fight. Because to me, I believe he's clinical, he's not wasteful, and obviously he is having that fire because Ten Hag has really given him a chance to prove himself, and obviously has really proven himself alongside Erik Ten Hag. The other factor is that we are really going to be having a centre forward whose presence can be felt by the opponent. You see, the easiest thing right now at Manchester United is we are not creating a lot from the wing play. Do you know why? We are predictable. When you're having Ronaldo, you are predictable because everyone knows that they are looking out for cross to find Ronaldo. That's it. So, what does that mean? When you're having Antoine Martial will keep drifting off left, right, and center, and obviously do the needful. I'm not saying that Ronaldo doesn't drift left, right, and center, but he doesn't have that skill to go on and really do what Martial does, because Martial is really better acting in tight spaces. We agree. Ronaldo is not good acting in tight spaces, especially when he's having the ball. So Ronaldo is not press resistant and Martial is press resistant. So he will come out and be a threat to all the backline of the opponent that you are facing. Reason being, when he gets that ball, if there is space or no space, he can create something from nothing. So I believe it's another big threat that is really returning for Manchester United, and we have every reason to rejoice for his return back in the first team training, and that is the group training. He has been pictured today, as you see him there with Anthony Elanga training at Carrington. Thank you guys for watching again. First video of the day. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, lower right bottom corner, that's the place to be. Hit the subscription button and then hit the notification bell. That will enable you get notified each and every time I upload a video onto this channel. Rokan David remains my name. Your reactions are welcome to Martial getting back to the first team training. I hand you over to the Almighty Lord, guys, and let's see this video get close to 200 likes as we welcome back the return of Anthony Martial back to the training session. And our only prayers should be this guy shouldn't get injured again. Not so. At least if I can play like 10 games, a stretch of 10 games, and then he really goes and misses out too, because I want to see Martial play, meaning that this season he's having 3 goals and how many assists? 2 assists. What does that mean? Last season he scored only 2 goals, meaning that he played very many games at Manchester United. At United never played many, but He never even played many at Sevilla, but that means he has switched off his season, and obviously the season is really telling us that he's really going to be on fire. And the best thing to see at United is having Martial and Rashford on fire. Rashford having 7 goals this season with close to 2-3 assists. If at all Martial can come in through and really average 23-24 goals this season, plus some 10-15 assists or 16, I think we can really be a better team to compete for even the trophy. Because when you look at Arsenal having 28 points. We are having how many points? Arsenal having 31 points. We are having 23, meaning that we are just 8 points behind Arsenal. And if at all we happen to go on a good run with Rashford and Martial firing goals in and out, we can really reach them. Because they are playing Chelsea over the weekend. And I don't believe they are playing Chelsea over the weekend. I don't believe Graham Potter is going to allow his side to go on and really be beaten by Arsenal at Stamford Bridge, meaning that they might drop a point like we did. And if at all they drop a point and win against Aston Villa away, Arsenal will be at 32 and will be at 26, meaning that we will be 6 points behind Arsenal. We are 5 points behind Man City. So I believe even the title hopes are still there if at all Martial and Rashford can find themselves fully fit and really get us firing. Because I'm 100% sure if at all they're 100% fit, they're going to fire in those goals in those nets of the opponents. I sign out for now. See you later. Let me see your reactions into the comment section below. And what do you think about the return of Anton Martial?